Hello, my name is Cynthia Lake. I am a member of the John Muir High School staff. I am a parent of PUSD students. I am a product of Pasadena Unified School District. I've lived in the city my entire life. I've taught in this school for 25 years. What does Pasadena mean to me? Home first, but more than that, community, 6 degrees of separation. Everyone knows everyone. And if you don't know them, you know someone who does know them. That, again, is that family, that community that really supports our school district. I've learned in my education life that change is life. You will never be allowed to stay in one mode of operation. When I was in kindergarten, I realized I really loved painting and just getting into any sort of activities. First grade was when I discovered I really liked doing well and having the teacher praise me and end up having my name on the board. And in 6th grade, I was hit by a car. And I had recently had a birthday and received a nice leather jacket that really saved my life as I was hurtled down the street quite a ways. Well, it made me sort of a star at school when I returned second semester after recovering from a broken pelvis. And I was so far ahead of other students after being homeschooled during my absence. The district sent teachers to me while I was recovering so I wouldn't get lost and behind in class. After Longfellow, my next transition was to John Marshall Junior High, 3 years there. That's when Marshall was a 3-year junior high school. And then in 9th grade, something happened and we were told that, no, you're not going to PHS like all your friends from Marshall are going to do. You're going to go to John Muir High School. As a student at Muir, that it was incumbent on me and the group of us who went here, not knowing that I would have anything to do with it, but to really change the world in a way. It was really a very broad, intensive experience for me, knowing that I liked to dabble in things that were messy and explore the arts, but then this is where I discovered ceramics with Diane Wall. After I graduated from Muir, I'll be honest, I had no idea what I was going to do. I know what I liked to do. Everyone told me, you can't make money being an artist. Why would you even pursue that as a career? There's no way. And the art form that I fell in love with was vast. It not only was about art and creation and connecting your life to an art form, but learning about science, from pyrotechnics to geology to physiology, anatomy. There's so much that goes into just the whole process of ceramics. I got a job teaching with the parks. And after I did that for a summer, and I was basically like being the slave packing bags to teach the teachers how to teach the kids, I went, well, maybe I do need to get a teaching credential. So I spent another year pursuing that. And then once I graduated, I was subbing back in PUSD. I did my student teaching here at my own high school with Raleigh Younger, who was my master teacher. And then after that, I subbed in the district for a year. And then my family arrived. And I took time off from teaching and invested it in running my small business at home. I ran a pottery business as well as raising my kids at the same time, and really honed my skills that when I was tapped by Raleigh Younger in 1993 to take his position as a temporary part-time teacher, I was able to sort of jump in there, and everything Raleigh had left behind, I absorbed. And then I was laid off due to a decline in enrollment in 1995. I was told that, well, thank you, but we really can't sustain your job as a part-time teacher. I was then hired as a full-time teacher, and in the face of, how am I going to do this? I have little kids. I can't work full-time. I have a family to raise. You do it. And I guess that's kind of my message to kids with life, is you might have things heaped on your plate and you think there's no way on earth I'm going to be able to take care of all that, but just keep working at it. Just keep working at it, and you'd be surprised at how it all gets done, and you figure it out and how to parcel your time here and there. During those years when I was working as a teacher, my kids were also PUSD students, and I am so proud of that. They went from Don Benito to Marshall, and the whole time as a teacher, I was sort of torn about why didn't I take them to Muir as students here, and was able to resolve that through my own sons, who told me that, you know what? No, it's best that we are not in your school. You have over 200 students to deal with all week. You don't need us there. And then they would share with me how in the locker rooms at Marshall during turkey tussle time, they would be shouting out, "Mustangs!" And everybody would be shouting that out too. There is a lot of history that goes into the teaching of arts, and I often get asked by my students, "Mrs. Lake, you know you're an artist, why do you teach us biology and science and history, and why do you make us write, and math is math," but no, math is beautiful in here. So there's this misconception about arts when they come in, that when they leave is profoundly changed, so they know that it's different than what they thought it was. In my wish and hope and desire for our future is that all the citizens of our community see the value of our school district and don't perceive it in a way that isn't real, and don't take somebody else's word for it, and really come in and check us out. See what we're doing here. We're not hurting kids, we're making them better. I promise.